This news has arrived at the last minute, because the kings of Jordan would have been in Spain for a few hours, and they already had the first clash with Queen Letizia, uncovering her bad behavior against King Abdullah of Jordan and his wife Queen Rania of Jordan. I begin by telling you that May 6 was a historic day for the entire world, because the accession to the throne and the coronation of Charles of England took place. It was experienced with special emotion at Isabel Preceller's house. It cannot be forgotten that both she and a large part of her family have numerous anecdotes about the meetings that Porcelanosa organized in the main palaces and residences of the British royal family. Buckingham, Windsor Castle, Clarence House, St. James, all of them, located in London, Dumfries House, Scotland, and Highgrove House, Gloucestershire. They were very nice. Carlos was always very kind to all of us. He is a great host, says Isabel, who attended some of these appointments with Mario Vargas Llosa and his children Chabeli and Julio Iglesias Jr., Tamara Falco and Ana Boyer. However, as she remembers in Hello, Isabel had the opportunity to meet Charles of England previously. The first time I saw him was when he came to Spain with Lady Di many years ago, she explains. Remind you of King Charles in short distances. I can only say that he is charming. The anecdotes he tells are very funny, because he has a great sense of humor and a lot of wit. He was always interested in my children, his work and hobbies. He was very kind to me and to everyone who attended those meetings. The moments that we have been able to see of his bad mood, I am convinced, are due to the sadness, stress and exhaustion that he has suffered, and that he must continue to suffer due to the death of the Queen. Something else caught your attention or impressed you about your meetings with King Charles III. His concern for climate change, his passion and enormous knowledge of all types of agriculture. Everything they served us at dinner came from his farm. Also his great dedication to all of his foundations. It is worth saying that you could consider yourself a friend of King Charles III. No, of course not. And what Camilla Parker Bowles is like. A very funny woman with a great sense of humor. She once told me that her best friend was her horse. Laughs dinners in the palaces, as magical as they look from a distance, with a lot of protocol, with wonderfully set tables, spectacular chandeliers and lit candles, and where each piece of furniture, chair or object was a work of art. They were dream dinners in unique dining rooms in the world, with walls full of magnificent paintings. In reality, there was magic, and that magic began as soon as you climbed Buckingham's spectacular stairs, very similar to those of our royal palace. How did you receive the news of the death of Queen Elizabeth II? I felt the same sadness that most people around the world have felt. The United Kingdom has lost its queen, and the rest of the world has lost its queen. These days everything has already been said about her and her enormous importance in her history. I don't think I can contribute anything new, taking into account that you wish Carlos III at such an important moment in history. I wish you all the luck in the world. Succeeding Queen Elizabeth is a very difficult task, especially at a time as complicated as the current one, said Preceller. Finally, it is demonstrated that both Isabel Preceller and a large part of her family have met Charles III, the King of England, on several occasions. Carlos was always very kind to all of us. The accession to the throne and the coronation of Charles of England has been experienced with special emotion in Isabel Preceller's house. She and her family keep numerous anecdotes of the meetings that Porcelanosa organized in the main palaces and residences of the British royal family. Buckingham, Windsor Castle and others. The king is a charming man. He has a very good mood. His bad mood now may be due to pain, stress, due to the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. His passion for agriculture. She said that the dinners at Palacios were wonderful. Chandeliers, works of art, luxury, a dream. The whole world has lost a great queen that they will never forget. Now, the mega informational bombshell that I bring you so today is that the monarchs of Jordan, King Abdullah and Queen Rania, would have arrived in Spain, and would be developing a whole agenda together to continue promoting bilateral cooperation between the two kingdoms, with the fundamental objective of continuing with a progressive expansion of support and growth plans for the region. This is how it has been learned that King Abdullah has arranged to be accompanied on several occasions by our King Don Felipe de Bourbon, who has made tremendous spaces in his weekly agenda to attend to the visit of his Jordanian counterpart. And in the same way Mrs. Letizia would be doing the same by visiting a set of foundations and verifying strategies together with Queen Rania of Jordan, with whom until now it is known that relations have been a little cold, but bearable between both monarchs consorts. All this peace between Queen Letizia and the kings of Jordan would have come to an end when, according to users on social networks who are very knowledgeable about the subject, Queen Rania of Jordan would have proposed wanting to formally visit Isabel Preceller. taking advantage of a space on the bilateral agenda, with the aim of being able to analyze the interference with King Charles III. Tamara Falco's mother would have very good ties with the English monarchy, and therefore could be a perfect link in the chain of bridges that need to be built between Jordan and the United Kingdom at the diplomatic level for the purposes of being able to then establish direct lines of communication between the Jordanian kingdom and Buckingham. And I tell you that it seems like a simple diplomatic move from one kingdom to another, but on this occasion, it is not because Queen Letizia brutally and forcefully opposed said meeting. She considered that she wanted to address all the attention of the Jordanian kings in her free time. Then very uncomfortable, especially for Queens Rania and King Abdullah, who wanted to visit Isabel Preysler. But in the face of Queen Letizia's refusals, they had to break with the protocols imposed by the royal house of our nation, and make it clear to her that they were free to choose and decide where they went, and where they didn't until this time. It is not known if the Jordanian kings were able to fulfill their wish to visit Isabel Preysler, and then manage to settle the constant and unjustified actions of Queen Letizia to avoid said meeting, which is why I ask you to stay very attentive, so that don't miss out on everything that is happening with the arrival of the kings of Jordan to our country. And these brutal setbacks are occurring according to users on social networks, because of Queen Letizia. This is why I ask you, what do you think of this uncomfortable situation? Let it be known below, and remember as always to press the red button that says subscribe, as well as the bell, and like this video, that I bring you with a lot of love and a lot of affection, so that you continue receiving the best content in real time, and always as you wish. Like it, free and quality. I wish you the most beautiful and beautiful things in the world.